Okay, if you're leading a sales team, maybe you're an executive or even a hiring manager, and predictable revenue is basically your lifeline, well, here's something that should really make you pause.
What's that?
Studies keep showing it. The vast majority of salespeople, sometimes whole teams, they just struggle year after year. They're not hitting their goals.
Right. And, the easy excuse is always, oh, the market's tough or competition's fierce.
Exactly.
But the analysis we've looked at from the sales experts, it argues something, well, much more fundamental. It usually comes down to skipping the basics, the non-negotiables.
Yeah, it's like, are you just getting lucky sometimes, or have you actually built a machine? Because sales success, it isn't really about luck or even just raw talent.
No, it's about discipline. It's structure. It's focus.
Mm-hmm.
So today, that's what we're doing, a deep dive into this blueprint from the source material. The 6 steps to consistently hit and exceed sales targets.
Okay.
And our goal, really, is to pull out the key things you as a leader can actually do now to get better results.
Moving from like hoping for heroes to actually building predictable revenue. Love it.
That's the idea. Structure for predictability.
Okay, let's unpack this blueprint then.
Yeah.
And you mentioned fundamentals. The sales experts say it starts right at the top, organizationally.
It does. Long before anyone picks up a phone, success starts with the setup. The first 2 steps are foundational for the whole company.
Step 1.
Step 1, a highly defined business plan. And look, this isn't just some vague mission statement tacked on a wall.
Right. We've all seen those.
This has to be written down, shared. It's the map that stops the company just drifting, chasing short-term stuff.
So what's in this map, specifically for sales?
It's got to define your ideal customer profile, maybe even who you won't sell to. Crucially, your 3-year revenue goals and exactly how you'll resource getting there.
Okay, alignment is key. I get that. But, those plans, they can end up as expensive shelfware, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you make sure step 1 actually sticks?
Good question. And that leads directly into step 2, the proven sales process. The sales process is how you live the business plan daily. It makes sure the strategy is constantly reinforced, not forgotten.
So we're talking more than just the basic CRM flowchart here, I assume.
Oh, absolutely. A proven process, as they define it, takes out the guesswork. It needs clear stages, really strict criteria to move a deal forward.
Okay.
And it has to show that cause and effect. If I do X, Y happens. If you can't look at your process and say, if we double discovery calls, we should see roughly this result.
Then it's not really true, then it's just a wish list.
Exactly. That's what gives leaders actual control. You can analyze it, tweak it, and importantly, scale it.
Okay. So strategy and process are set.
Mm-hmm.
But that only works if management is actually measuring the right things, which brings us to, I think, a huge lever for managers. Step 3, defining KPIs that drive behavior.
Yes.
And this part's really interesting because it challenges the idea that, all KPIs are good KPIs.
Right. The source talks about an evolution here. If your team's new or maybe the pipeline's looking a bit thin, like under 3x coverage, then yeah, you have to focus on volume first. Activity KPIs, how many calls, emails, LinkedIn messages, just fill the hopper, basically.
And this is key. The second that pipeline is healthy.
The focus must shift.
Continuing to hammer volume then. It's just pointless churn.
It's wasted effort. You need to switch immediately to quality-focused KPIs, things that improve efficiency.
So what are those high-leverage metrics then, beyond just calls made?
Well, things like deal velocity, how fast are deals actually moving, your win rate by stage, where are things stalling, and maybe the most critical, discovery call quality.
Quality. How do you even measure that?
You can use scorecards. Are reps consistently using frameworks like MEDDPAIK or SPIN? Are they actually nailing the exit criteria for that discovery phase before moving on?
That totally shifts it from just tracking activity to actually shaping behavior. Like you said, KPI should drive behavior, not just count stuff.
Precisely. If I see someone hitting 100 calls, great volume, but their deals are slowing down because they aren't getting executive buy-in early.
You're rewarding the wrong thing. Effort over actual results.
Your metrics are like a silent training program. Whatever you measure, that's what your team focuses on. So leaders have to ensure those metrics push strategic efficiency.
Which kind of leads us nicely into a big executive job, connecting the whole company structure. Step 4, creating a sales-focused organization. And also step 6, aligning and leveraging every activity. This is about breaking down those silos, right?
Exactly. Step 4 is huge. A sales-focused organization means selling isn't just a department, it's the central activity. Revenue generation drives the bus.
And the critical piece seems to be internal support. not just nodding in meetings.
Right. Every single department, legal, accounting, ops, delivery, they need to be set up, maybe even incentivized to support sales. Make it easy to sell and deliver.
Reduces that internal friction. Makes customers happier because the experience matches the promise.
But hang on, there's often a built-in conflict there, isn't there? I mean, accounting's main goal might be cost control, tight terms. Sales wants flexibility to close the deal. How do you actually resolve that?
Yeah, and that's where step 6. Alignment is absolutely crucial. The source argues misalignment isn't just annoying, it actively kills deals and trust.
How so?
Like when accounting digs in its heels on payment terms that sales knows the market won't accept, or delivery promises something ops can't realistically deliver on time or budget.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
The source material actually has this painful story. A VP of sales closes a huge $1 million deal. Everything looks great.
And then
The internal legal team insists on using these old, outdated contract clauses the client just refuses to sign. The whole deal collapsed.
wow, torpedoed by an internal process.
That's the cost of that friction.
Yeah.
The sales experts are clear. If you want success, everyone has to honor the commitment made during the sale. The whole company delivers as one.
That's a massive takeaway for executives. You can have amazing salespeople, but if your internal systems constantly trip them up.
You're just burning cash and creating frustrated reps and customers, not growth.
Okay, so we've covered structure, process, metrics, alignment. What about the people actually doing the selling?
Right. That brings us to step 5. Train and develop your people. This is all about recognizing that selling is a skill. It needs constant sharpening. It's not just something you're born with.
Totally agree. Talent gets you started, maybe. But discipline and continuous improvement, that's what makes the difference. They use that great analogy. David Beckham.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't just naturally gifted. He became world-class because he apparently trained harder and smarter than anyone else, mastered the fundamentals through practice.
And that's directly applicable to sales, especially complex B2B sales. It's discipline, deliberate practice, refining those repeatable skills.
Which leads to a pretty challenging question for leaders listening.
Go on.
If your team hasn't cracked open a sales book or done a real training course on, say, advanced discovery or negotiation, or even just practiced handling tough procurement tactics in the last year, are they really performing at their peak?
That hits home. And we're not talking about rah-rah motivational stuff.
Yeah. No. Specific skills training. Mitigating deal risk, improving negotiation leverage, mastering executive conversations, things like that.
Because that's what makes performance scalable, right? You can't just clone your one superstar natural.
Exactly. But you can replicate sharp, trained skills across a whole team. Coaching needs to shift from just tracking numbers to actively coaching and measuring skill improvement. That's how you build a team that grows predictably.
Okay, so putting it all together, these 6 steps: business plan, sales process, KPIs, sales-focused org, training, alignment. What's the core formula from the sales experts?
It really boils down to a simple, powerful equation. Sales success, process plus discipline.
Process plus discipline.
Yeah, it creates this loop. Operationally, action leads to measurement, which drives refinement. Organizationally, structure enables training, which demands alignment.
So you're moving beyond just hoping for good quarters.
You're removing chance, moving from relying on luck or hiring heroes to just disciplined application of steps that work, steps anyone trained can follow.
And when a team really commits to that, embedding these fundamentals, hitting target isn't the struggle anymore. It becomes the baseline.
It's the expected outcome and exceeding targets. That becomes the new normal. Predictable growth, not managing chaos.
So for everyone listening, maybe the question to ask is, which of these fundamentals might your team be skipping? What's the real cost of, say, misalignment in your company right now? Definitely something to think about.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive into these foundational strategies. We really hope it helps you elevate your team's performance.
And if you want to explore these strategies in more detail, you can visit thesalesexperts.com. We'll see you in the next deep dive.